Hi, everybody. I'm Shalwan, Peace of Herbalist Mediumship School.
Hey, what up? I'm Jeanette, spirit artist.
What up?
What up? Here we are.
And I'm Adele Marie from Angelic Wise Ones, and welcome to Spirit Talk Time.
Good
Hello,
morning.
hello.
Welcome.
It's one of those mornings here. It's a little rainy and drizzly here in Maryland,
Yes.
and
A little chilly.
Jeanette, yep, little chilly, right?
Yeah.
Hard to get the hair going with the weather like that.
Right. We have our lovely crew behind the cameras over here on
Yeah.
the laptops and everything, and they'll be sitting there and putting up some hashtags and interacting with you and stuff. Just let us know when you're here so we can say hi to you and everything. We were just giving Jeanette a hard time because her
imagine
talking to
that.
herself.
Imagine that.
Yeah, she's talking to herself.
Too fun.
Doesn't everybody
Morning,
do
ladies.
that? Yeah.
Morning.
Yay!
Sunday.
Happy Sunday, right?
Yeah. Oh, something just
Sunday
blew.
Family Fun Day. Oh, I got it right.
She had something.
Something just
in her
went
face.
whoop right like that.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it happens like that, I guess. But I'm just saying. Yeah,
Right.
it was a little
Yeah,
like-
you were awake this morning, aren't you?
Yeah. Did you have coffee and a cookie?
And a cookie.
I'm not. Is there like a spirit?
No, she's been out
Attorney?
walking, and she's
Legal
like really
advisor?
watching it,
Okay.
right?
Aw.
Yeah, you've been really watching it and
I'm
stuff.
not saying I never eat cookies.
I'm just saying. It's
I drink.
just a cookie. I didn't
I
say
do.
a whole bag of cookies.
No. Yeah. No, I'm just happy to be here.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Spirit got you up early this morning.
And it's the pep talks. We said, do you talk? Yeah, I've had my pep talks.
She walks around all day long
Listen,
talking
this
to
is
herself.
what's happening today.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I
You walk
even-
around all day long talking to yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
I have.
That's cool.
I have. Like, you
I
know.
do. But you know what? I'm not really always talking to myself then, am I?
That depends.
God only knows.
Right.
Well, no, you're supposed to be talking. You're
My
supposed to be
people?
talking to your yes, your group.
So we got a few people joining us this morning.
Good morning.
My group.
Kendra, Chris, Colleen, Lisa.
Hi.
Hello, ladies.
Karen.
Yes. Is that our Karen?
Karen?
Yeah.
Karen?
What?
Everything in front of the back mirror.
Yeah, you right around the corner, Karen?
Right, you are putting some good makeup on.
Eyeshadow was yeah. You're
Right.
sitting next to your eyeshadow.
We got a
and
group photo
Yeah.
to take later and stuff, so everybody can
lip
know.
gloss.
So today I really wanted to talk about readings. You know about readings, right?
So much
Yes.
to talk about with readings.
I know because we got into a discussion yesterday talking about all the different readings that are out there, right? Sorry, you weren't in on that conversation. But we're bringing in
you see her
now.
express-
We're bringing you now, okay, into this
I can
conversation.
leave and come back. I mean,
You're here now.
There's the door. I could go.
Yeah.
But,
So,
no, just kidding.
and people's expectations of readings, right?
Right.
So, because there's a multitude of individuals out there in the world. You know, I remember years ago the buzzword was, psychic, right? And I worked really hard in this area, and everybody else did. And now the buzzword is all medium, medium. And there's so many, classes out there. But anyway, so readers, there's all different ways of receiving readings, right? And the biggest thing I want to say before we really get into it is whenever you watch a show on TV, people have to remember that those shows are scripted and edited, right?
Phony,
Now-
yes.
Right,
Yes.
so
In
this
other
is not
words.
scripted whatsoever.
Nope.
We're just going on a wing and a prayer here
Yeah, pretty much.
and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, they're telling them what
Right.
to do.
exactly. And
Because it's
and-
entertainment.
it's entertainment, and there has to be some controversy. And I've worked with the networks for years, and you guys know that. And because they would always come to me and ask me to, oh, we want to do this
They
show.
want you to do tricks.
Right, and yes, they want parlor tricks.
Yeah.
And I remember the one wanted me to wear a turban one time, and and
That's
all this
just
stuff.
sickening.
I was like, are
That's
you
ridiculous. Like you're not.
Right.
We don't have entertainment already to be our own self. It's like thanks a lot. You
Right.
Know,
Did
that's,
Exactly.
they
that's
say that in
rude.
person? Or
Oh
was
yes, in person. They'll
I know
say,
you had-
what if we put a turban on you
Did
and
you-
can you wear, like a cape? And I said, I'm not Voltar,
I was going to say, did you get
Yeah.
your poker face on, or
Right.
did you just tell me?
Oh no, I just kind of looked at him like,
You're crazy.
The turban is a little hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really.
and then with the crystal ball in front and all that, and the other one wanted to go and talk to people first, and then come back and tell me everything, and then me go talk to people like I don't know nothing,
Right.
And I'm like,
No.
That's not real.
yeah, that I first off I can't remember nothing, like
Well, and it doesn't work like that.
No, it
That's
doesn't work
not
that
how
way.
it works.
So it really was educating these networks, but then when it comes down to it, the way they do it is the way they do it, and they will cut it. They will, they'll film it, they'll cut it, they'll edit it, they'll do all these things to make it, look like it's the most perfect, every time. But people forget that there's different types of readings out there, right? How many of y'all went to a palm reader?
I wanted to, but
You guys went to a palm reader before?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, I didn't go, but I got one for free at another event.
Did you really?
Yeah, the person that was sitting next to me at this event was a palm reader.
Yeah.
And while we were waiting for the event to start, they read my palm.
That's not the one we went to, was it?
I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
so.
All right. Yeah, no. Palm readings, I mean, that's cool. Like, they read the lines and stuff like that. I don't know what any of these lines mean, except for when I look at somebody's palm, like 3D stuff comes up and starts telling me things,
oh, that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, it is.
Let's just talk about that. That's cool. That's right. That's
Yeah,
cool
so I could
stuff
take your
right
palm
there.
and I could give you a whole like cool
Nice.
reading off of it,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the lines and everything.
Oh,
mean.
the people that say one line means this, and one line means
Lifeline,
that.
Lifeline, heart,
something.
yeah,
And then
something
if
like
you
that.
have an M on your hand, on your palm, and that means stuff, and it's like, and then you're like,
I
what if
got
I
two M's.
don't?
Everybody has an M.
I
Right.
know,
Don't
right?
they?
But then you're
lines,
like,
the
but what if I
lines,
don't? Is it bad? Is it good? Just
And then do
because
you
the
have
line-
this little triangle that's on this line and that line, and then does it like, yeah, and I'm going, I'm glad that somebody out there can do that. I just don't know how to do that, and I don't want to do it.
Interesting.
And then you go off of, a lot of people go off of birth dates,
Names
horoscopes,
and, yeah.
right? I don't know horoscopes. I don't know astrology. Do you know all that?
It's interesting. No, I don't, but I think there's something there, like a science about it. Like,
Right.
and so I respect the people that are doing it, but no.
But
But I will say
don't know
this
how.
to say that each month, you know how they give every month a sign. I do think that's a little ridiculous to say that each sign means that everybody in that group is all the same. That's just dumb.
Well, yeah.
Like-
Well, it's not saying that they're all the same because then
but
you
they
have to
try
go
to
to
do
the time you were born. You have to go to.
No, I'm talking about those. I'm
Oh,
I'm
well,
being
the
simple,
daily
basic,
ones,
saying when
the
everybody
daily
says,
ones,
"Oh,
the
you're a
monthly.
Taurus. Oh, you're a Pisces. Oh,
You know,
you're
like
Yes.
you're saying they just lump
Oh,
them
this
all
one are
together.
stubborn.
Yes.
These ones are this way. That way is, and then it gets in your head and all
Right.
like that. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I,
mean-
Yeah.
agree.
I like astrology. I
Uh-huh.
don't. If when I give messages or if I give a reading, I don't include that though because
Yeah.
that's not really a part of it. But I
Yeah.
have a lot of respect for astrology.
Well, yeah, I do. It's
Yeah.
just I was at 13. I was told don't do it, and I
In
never.
fact, I'd be interested to hear about all the.
You should get
Because
your
one
birth
time
chart
I
done.
found something online. I did with
Right.
mine, and it was like, oh, I found something. I didn't even know what I was looking at. That's the whole thing. Like I'm reading it, and I'm like, I know this is cool stuff in here, but and this is I'm in that house over at this time.
It's
and
very
I'm over here.
scientific.
Right,
Yes.
but I didn't know what it meant. Even
Right.
if I try, even though I just, I really didn't know what I was doing. Just curiosity.
Maybe
Yeah.
she should go to Kitty.
Well, we'll get there
Oh,
one
okay.
day. I'm gonna have her in here.
Hey, we have
So-
a bunch of more people joining us today.
Hi,
Hey,
good morning.
everybody.
Morning.
We got Soul.
Hi,
Connect.
Saul.
Hey,
Saul,
Saul.
man, what time is it?
Are
Like
we-
where you're at, Saul?
Yeah. What time is it there?
Yeah.
That was morning still.
Huh? It's
Oh,
just
I think they're an hour or 2 hours behind.
1 or 2 hours behind
too-
us.
that's too much.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all right. So good morning, sunshine. But when people, I'll ask them certain question or something, and they'll want to give me their birth date, and then they'll go,
'cause they're
"I
used
may,
to-
this," and I'm going, I really don't. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't get into all that. So there's those type of readings.
Mm-hmm.
But when people come for a psychic reading, right? So everybody's had a psychic reading, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, by this really good lady named Adele.
No.
No,
By
No.
someone that calls
psychic.
themselves
But thank you.
psychic.
Right, a
Yeah.
psychic reading.
Yeah,
Because
that's
the
in there
psychic reading
somewhere.
goes a lot of times off of the astrology, when you were born and stuff.
Mm.
And they also go off their energies and the feelings they get and everything, right?
Yeah.
So you've
Right.
never sat across somebody who said that they were a psychic.
Oh, I think they call themselves
Psychic
psychic
in there
medium, like this.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it was incorporated. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's why I hesitated.
Okay. All right. Who was the lady that was down around this area that she passed away already? Keep forgetting her name, and it's been a while. B. It starts with a B. Miss.
Oh.
Anyway, so she was a
She was a
she was a psychic. Yes. So I went with some friends one time, and she was at the restaurant in the bar, but I'd seen her before that over in Savage, and
She was in a restaurant in a bar hanging out, or was
yeah,
she giving readings?
well, giving readings, right?
Yeah.
I know. So that you got that energy to begin
Wow.
with. Betsy.
Betsy.
I thought we
Yes.
saw her recently.
No, Betsy. She passed. I thought she passed away.
I thought we just saw her recently at Carrabba's, or I'm losing my mind.
Oh, that was
Somebody else.
Sunshine.
Oh, okay.
That was Sunshine.
All right.
That was a whole nother journey right there. But she, she was like really, 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 really good when she younger. But yes, as she got older, she was looking for places to, give readings. And she was at that restaurant, and it was at the bar, and it was always like you just sit there in the waiting area out like by the bar, and she's in her corner, and she's doing
It's
readings.
so whack.
Yeah, it's
Right?
a really good place to do that. Right.
Well, no, but I think the people that I have a lot of respect for Miss Betsy, but I think the people that were helping her, and getting her in places, that was the best that they could do,
Okay.
So yeah. Now I saw her in Savage, and I saw her at Miles Kettle, which was nicer. It was just a plain restaurant. You sat over in the corner with her and stuff. But I was younger then, and it was really good. The second time I went, she started asking. She puts these cards down, but they were just regular playing cards, right? So. But she was telling me, how my former was going to die, and there was nothing I could do to change it.
Oh, that was who told you
Yes.
that. Okay.
And I just kind of looked at her, and I was like, I don't see that coming, but, but I said no, and she goes, no, you cannot change this. I know what you can do, and you can't change
That's
this.
a really
And I was
big
like,
thing to say.
I wish they would
Wow.
stop
Right.
doing that.
I don't like when
Wow.
people tell people that they're
Giving
going to pass
death
away.
sentences.
Yes. Because then that gets into somebody's psyche.
And it's bad enough doctors do it.
Right.
Wow.
Hey, Soul said when she was younger, she said she got in trouble for doing that in my early days when I
Yes.
didn't know any better.
Yes.
Before you met Adele?
Right. Probably.
We got some other people too that joined us. We have Tom and Kathy. And
Hi, Kathy.
Morning.
Stacy.
Good morning.
Stacy and
Morning.
Annette,
Connect.
Alexis.
Thanks for joining us.
Annette, how you doing?
Pamela.
Yeah, no, but Connect had a message, something to say to you, Adele. I love Adele, miss her so much, and God bless her, especially with everything she's going on with family. Love you, ladies. Stay strong, Queen. She's so full of life.
Thank you.
Aw,
I love you,
that's
Knit.
lovely.
I haven't seen her in a while. Well, I haven't talked to her, but one of the times when we go down towards where she lives, we're gonna have to stop and say hi and stuff. She's a sweetie pie, and she's working hard on getting into the doctor's program, the medical program and stuff. So you just keep on going with that, young lady. You keep on going. So and then we have mediumship readings, right?
Yes.
So
That's
yes,
on a whole nother level.
it's on a whole nother level, because now I will say, I have, watched people give psychic readings before, and they'll say, oh, well, you got a loved one here, so they're feeling it, and stuff. But mediumship reading, then that steps up to a whole nother level. Your vibration's higher. You bring in the loved ones, but you're also giving, other type of messages in that reading too, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but everybody's style is different. Okay?
That's right.
Everybody's style is different. I know my style is different than what would be your style, what your ladies' styles are.
You would
Yeah, because
think
everybody
they-
has different
well,
personalities.
Right. And I think sometimes I get clients in that they've been somewhere else.
And they expect the same thing.
They expect that same type, or they really do expect it. And then, sometimes they're like, oh, wow.
Different experience.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whole different.
I remember one of my clients, David. He called. And he had he set it up and stuff. And so I'm telling him, I'm saying, your mom's here and da da da, and she's saying this. And he goes, what? And I said, yeah. I said, but your dad, I don't know what I was telling him, but I was just bringing all his family. He goes, whoa, wait a minute. And I was like, what? What's going on? And he says, I just had a reading from Sylvia Brown, 2 months ago, and she didn't do all this. What are you? And I said, well, I'm a medium. He goes, well, so is she. She didn't say all these things. She didn't I said, she didn't tell you your loved ones are there? And he goes, no. He said, this was blowing my mind. And I'm going, oh my gosh.
Wow.
You had a reading from her and she didn't bring one in. But then, then you find out what her readings are like, because you can sit around for hours at that time and waiting for her to call you, and then it's very short and brief,
Wow.
and he said very general. So it's kind of cool, but not every reading is a loved one going to come in.
No, because I know when I give readings all the time, they don't come in, or that's
Mhm.
not the message specifically.
Right. So they don't always come in because there's something else that really needs to be taken care of.
That goes back to what you always say. That it's what you need, not what you think. So just
Well,
because.
it's not what you want to know,
Right,
but what you need to know.
And really, a lot of people, the first time they go, would be to connect with someone
Mhm.
that's left. So they're expecting that from the get go.
Yeah,
Right.
It doesn't
And it
mean
mean-
they're not there.
Right,
Right.
right. That's right. But they might not. They're probably going to get a message from them anyway. But it generally isn't there. Doesn't mean they have to show up just because they decide. Just because that happened and they're coming in.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you always do you think everybody should always get names?
No.
You mean
Yeah.
get names as to
Names of their loved ones.
Loved
or-
ones that have passed, yeah.
No, because a lot of times some people get stuck on a name.
Yes.
Yeah, and they won't be open to what they need.
Right, because a lot of times they get so, stuck on, oh my God, they got the name, that they forget about the messages that were already there,
Yeah.
right? So did that message really relate to them, and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the names. I like that you say that. That would mess me up. Anyway,
right.
I mean, no. When
It's great to
it
have
made me
one
think
every once in a
about
while.
with the guides a long time ago when I started with you. I had to
Mhm.
get over the fact that I had to not worry did I have their name right or not because I was hung up with it.
Right.
And then that
Oh,
just
yeah.
hung me up in, I don't know if I have my name right, do I have your name right? It's like just had to get over that. Whatever came to my brain, that was it. But so what you're talking about, yeah, that would hold something up.
Well, I had a client one time, and I gave her all these details and about how her mom had passed away. Talked about all these things. She goes, I don't know how you know that. I don't know how you know that. I don't know how you know that. But I never gave her mom's name, right? So when she left, she goes, yeah, but you didn't give my mom's name. I said I described it to you at all the other events, and I was like, it is what it is,
Yeah.
Like you didn't need that right then,
Right.
But you needed everything else. So yes, they got totally, off on that, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's like herbal and medicinal readings. Okay, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Which is going to be different than what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And stuff. I'm a visionary. I'm like an oracle, and everything. So I'm going to give you a combination of all kinds of things, but I'm not going to talk like the stuff that you would give.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Because herbs show up, flowers show up. Different things in nature.
Right.
Wellness stuff, and I know you touch on you do wellness stuff
A little
too.
bit.
But
If I'm prodded to, I will, but otherwise,
right,
no.
Right, but typically it's going to be like
Mhm.
herbalism and spiritual and
Right.
like spirit guides and all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Like I can do animal communication, but that's not my forte. So
Right.
I will not sit there, and I'll give some when they come in and stuff, but I don't go into it like Eurydia would. She does animal communication. I wouldn't go into depth like that,
Right.
yeah. And stuff, because that's what specifically they're there for.
Right.
you
I
know?
wouldn't go that deep with that either.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's just like,
You knew that was
it's
coming.
like Gwen over here, she does dreams. So she'll take your dreams and she will sit there and give you your, reading off of your dreams and stuff.
Yep.
So everybody has their own uniqueness about them, just like in life. You have your uniqueness about you, and the type of readings that you're putting out there. It's not just joy. We know you're joyful, Jeanette, and we know that you love your sweets, but you're doing really good. And I'll take some of that away, right? But even your readings would be different
Right.
with everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like we got a lot of government workers around here. All those government workers, they all do something different, even though it's a little bit the same, right? I think, right? So it's like the person that works in the grocery store. You might have all these cashiers, but those cashiers also can do other things, you
Yeah.
know? And it's the same way with readers, and it's the same way with mediums or psychics. We all do it differently. My big thing is when they go to somebody and somebody tells them information that puts them on a spiral going down.
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
No.
That's
the
not
number
helpful
one.
either.
That's the number one thing you don't do
Right.
besides telling people when they're gonna die or their loved ones.
Right. Or they'll call them, or they'll sit there when they leave, and then they'll, get a hold of them again and say, "I got more stuff for
That's
you."
not cool either.
No.
That's not
That's-
helping. That's just
no.
not helping.
Tagging and staying tagged into their
Yeah.
energy and taken away from their reading.
It's
That's
taken
just
away
for
from their
them,
reading.
not for
Right.
the reader.
How did you guys do? I mean, like when you go see a reader and or a medium, a psychic, whatever it may be, like what are your experiences, with them? Because I know, like I've checked out all kinds of people, and even when we travel and like the events that we went to and stuff, we just kind of like sat there and looked around and go, "Oh, this is interesting."
This is interesting.
This one lady had
Super.
all of this product, right? And she had all these things you could take with you and tells you how awesomely great she was. And I said, okay, I'm going to give this lady a try. And I sat down and I just I kept smiling the whole time going, what the heck is going on here? Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like she talked about her, herself. Okay, all right, you're going to add your own little, if that's what you're prompted. right? But
It was all bells and whistles.
it was all bells and whistles. Like there was nothing like, she didn't like have me at all,
That's a sign. That's a huge sign.
And but I kept smiling, and she goes, "Oh, I hope you like that." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm good, I'm good."
Hurry up so I can get out of here.
Yes, let me go over this way.
You
over
remind
here.
me of that group. I forgot about that we sat in.
Yeah.
The two different things we
Oh
sat in.
yes, when we went
One
down
was
to
the
Florida.
class and one was supposed to get messages. Yeah.
Yes.
And see, and then the other thing I want to add too is that people have to remember when they go to readers that it's their life experiences that come through too.
Yes.
Because that's how you can relate to a reader, or
Right.
that's a good way,
Right.
for them to share their life experiences.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that they've overcome that the other person that they're giving the reading to hasn't, or they have.
Right.
They can give you feedback about that.
Okay. Good.
The spirit works that way too.
So today you brought in some cards, and
those infamous cards.
yes. So years ago, I used to host an individual, and I stopped hosting an individual because they don't work in integrity. But even like, okay, I'm different from you guys because as a visionary, whatever I look at, things just come up, and I see things and know things, right? So, but these are, you've never seen these,
No,
right?
I haven't.
So these are spirit cards,
Mm-hmm.
and Shell brought some of hers in,
Ooh,
Right.
I remember those.
Yes. And I stopped hosting the individual because, doesn't work in integrity, but these cards I read, right? So, and if somebody has them, I'll still read them and stuff, and everything. But, so this is all supposed to be spirit manifestation. And the cards go in this basket with crayons and pencils and everything else. And Spirit's supposed to be putting these pictures on. Then, loved ones and stuff sign them on the back. And I know people out there have them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I had to make sure I wasn't associated in any way because I know Spirit can do it. If the person really sits down, really meditates, really works hard with their guides and stuff, I've seen it done when I was younger. Okay, not to this extent and degree. But what I didn't like was the fact that when I found out how these were done, and it wasn't Spirit done.
Wait, back up a minute. When you say spirit done, because I think I missed a little step that we're
Yes.
talking about. You're saying that an empty paper went in a basket and this came out of it?
Right.
Okay.
So, but what
I
I'm
mean,
saying is,
come on,
doing all the work that I've done all my life, I know Spirit can sit
We
there
have faith
and we
in
do.
Spirit.
Right. They can
Yes,
do reports. They can do
a whole
these
bunch
kind
of
of things.
stuff.
Never to this degree.
But
okay.
that's
and
a
to
lot
this degree,
of stuff on there. I mean,
to this degree would mean that this individual is a very clean and clear vehicle. They really work hard instead, of getting stoned.
And they meditate 6 hours a day.
Right, exactly. And stuff. So, and
Emphasis on stoned.
yeah, stoned.
Stoned.
Actually, I was hosting one time, yes, and
Okay, that explains
was
it.
on-
Had to
That
repeat
is joint was
on the
because
ground.
that's important.
That makes
Yes.
a lot of sense. Add that into the mix.
yeah. So, but still travels around, is a medium, and stuff,
Is
and
this him? Oh, sorry, I had to say it.
well,
No.
but
I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I just
right, because
kind of
I always
so-
say no harm to none,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I never have, even though that this person has really got upset when I found out how it was really done, and that it wasn't done in integrity, it wasn't done with Spirit. Really sat there and did some tried to say, oh no, Adele, blah blah blah, and it's no, I'm sorry because I'm always going to sit there and ask Spirit, I need to know something. Something's not right here, and I need to know. And very good at what he does to keep you distracted while these are put in the basket
Very good.
with the regular plain white cards.
Very good.
And I was devastated. I mean, I got sick for over a week because here's somebody for all these years I've hosted, I brought in and stuff and really, thought. But every time he came, there was always something, and we never hung out because he wants to make
He
sure he
always
doesn't
had these boundaries.
yeah, and which is good. I put some boundaries, but it was interesting some of the things, and then I kept noticing that the people that brought him stuff or were just fawning over him got some really amazing
Really
cards.
nice.
Right?
Did he have a fan club or something? Is that
Oh
what you
yeah.
mean?
Oh
okay.
yeah. It's got a fan
So
club.
you had
Definitely got a
Which
fan
goes
club.
back to ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
and
you're
these-
saying maybe you said when he each time you said something. You mean there was a there and you were
Right.
what's going on? Something's not.
I'm always at
Yeah,
because I was
okay.
always going
So
cheese
there's
man
something going on.
So it was the same for me because They're only going to tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. So each time they would show me something I really need to know, you know, because plus I was very busy. Like all these people are coming to these circles, and you know, you have to take care of the monies, you got to take care of all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of hard work, and on your part, you know, but, and stuff. But I always thought it was interesting because he could never give me a reading, and he never took the time to know what I do and who I was.
That's
you know.
wow.
But he could never give me a reading, and I would
Wow.
sit across from him because it's the only time I really hung out with him. Otherwise, because he's always, you know, he makes sure he leaves right after, like, you know, I would. But he could never give me a reading.
That's really interesting.
I know, right? And I was like, okay, so why can't he give me a reading, right? And it's like, well, because so then I think it's interesting because your first card. I'm probably going to give him help here. Your first card really doesn't have that many on it, right? But then you fill out these little pieces of paper. You write your name, you write your question, you write your loved ones and spirit on them and stuff. And then next time that you go to the circle, next thing you know, they're all appearing on there, you know? But I mean, they're great. They're beautiful. Some people need this. They need to like have that healing. They need to have that, oh, wow. But this is where I say people out there are taking what we do and making it into something that is not.
It's a joke.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah. So, but it is heartbreaking to know that, you know, like, these are still being done. People are still, and I mean, they should mark it as entertainment only.
Right.
Because these are not done, you know, by spirit. Now, I can read them because, one, it has the individual's energies on it, and two, I can look at anything, like, and then, like, see all kinds of stuff. But actually, I'm not necessarily looking at that anymore. And that's why I used to show people, oh, look at this picture here, and look at this, there's a face there, and look at on this side. And I would show them. And it was funny because a friend of mine is in Colorado. And he went down there and he did a circle, and she walked up to him and she says, oh my God, I'm a friend of Adele's, and isn't she great? She can read these cards and stuff. And he looked at her and he says, I don't know how she can do that.
Wow, a lot of jealousy there.
Well, yeah, and he started
And he
changing
didn't
the way.
understand.
He didn't
No
understand.
respect either.
Right, no
Yeah.
respect either. He didn't understand because he knew these weren't coming from spirit. So how could I read this card if it's, you know, if it's coming from spirit? Why would you even say that?
Right.
One, right?
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
Yes. You know.
He must not. Okay, never mind.
Right? No, he never got to. Never took the time. Never took the time. But what I got upset about was after I stopped hosting him, these other people were hosting him, and one girl actually used my name to sell tickets to go see him.
Oh no.
Without
Oh,
my
my.
without
That
my
stepped it up.
permission.
That's not cool.
You know, and it was interesting because, you know, a year or two later, I ended up being at an event and she was there, and I was like, oh, you're the one. Do I know you? And she goes, oh, well, no, we've never met. And I said, but you have my name on your
Wow.
stuff that you're out advertising for him.
And don't even have the
Yes.
guts to even.
Yes. I said, you never asked anything. I said, I wouldn't want my name attached to him at all. 3 minutes. Okay.
I will.
So-
I will say my experience because I was
Yes.
going to this person at your place.
Right.
That's how I got these cards, and I had no idea. And during the time that I was getting them, I invited a couple people, and somebody mentioned something to me before I knew, and I was like, "No, that's not true because I trust you before I trust him."
Right.
So then, as time went on, and then I found out, and I think I had come to you for a reading, and I was going to go to him, a circle of his for this.
Right.
After that, and you told me, and the beautiful thing about it is that you didn't tell me, you know, you really shouldn't go to this person.
Right.
You know, this person does not work in integrity. I mean, you just told me the truth of it all, and you were like, hey, after the reading, you said, well, let me know how it goes.
Right.
And I said, oh, I probably won't go. And you were
Yeah.
like, well, still, let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, that says a lot about you and
Thanks.
how you work in integrity because you let people make their own decisions and you don't work in ego. And I really appreciated that. And in addition to the fact that I was just beginning my spiritual journey, which is why I keep these cards. They don't really mean anything to me that much anymore,
not
except for the fact that I would come to you for you to read them. And so I have a lot of positive memories with these cards, which I really appreciate because I was just getting to know spirit and my spirit guides
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
Put
And
me
you
up
told
on
me
your journey.
so much more about these cards besides just getting it out of a basket.
Right.
You know, so you took it to a whole nother level, which I really appreciate. That's why.
Well, I
kept them.
enjoyed reading them.
It was
I had
fun. Yeah.
I had lots of fun
And
reading
people
them.
would just go to you in groves
Right.
after he did his circle, and when he was on his way out, you know, he
Right.
didn't want to ever interact with anyone to
No.
any degree.
Yep.
And you would sit there and read everybody's card, and then you started
Even in the
stroking
circle,
people.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
It was just cool.
And and yes, he did get jealous because I would tell people exactly who was on their card and da da da. And then, so what did he do in the circles? He started telling everybody, "Oh, well, you'll see your master teacher on your card." You
So
know,
he-
and sometimes
oh my
I was like, "Wait a
gosh.
minute, that's
Oh
not
my
even who
gosh.
that is." Like,
And
I don't know
see,
why.
Because he was taking, you mean he was like trying to take the things that you said and then go, oh, I must take those like,
Well,
Like
no, he
little
was.
teasers to
the
bring you
jingle
back,
words,
to keep
whatever.
you-
Master teacher, I'm gonna throw that
keep
out
you
there.
attached to
Well,
them.
just sit there and make sure I didn't get any, you know, anything off of it, and I wouldn't sit there and go against what he was telling them it is. But I ended up doing it to a couple people because I'm like, that's not your master teacher. Like, sorry, that's not who that is. And if you go sit there and look in some books and stuff, you can see all these pictures, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And stuff.
Oh,
But no,
that's just messed up.
once
Wow.
I found like how he actually did it, I did sit there and it took me a week. I was like sick as anything.
You were sick.
Yeah, and I was just so heartbroken, going, oh my God, all these people I've told all this time, and you know, and now I'm seeing the truth. And I did. I called him up and I told him, and he was so belligerent. He was so he was so mad. And then he
Well-
decided, and I said, I'm not going to say anything. I said, I'm not going to say anything about this. I said, you do your own thing and stuff like that. I said, but you know, if you start being rude about me, I will say something. But I never really have, you know, and stuff. And people would write to me and say, hey, do you have Woest and Horton? And I was like, no, obviously, you know, I don't work with anybody that's not in integrity with spirit. So, but today is like one of the first times I really publicly.
I
yes.
know. This is like amazing.
So, because I'm tired of people getting ripped off. And I'm also tired when they come to me and then they're sitting there, well, you know, but I was told this over there. And I can still see energy cords attached to that person from the person they got the reading from. And it's like, we have a hard enough genre. We have a hard enough, you know, life as it is, trying to always show people that we are responsible, we are professionals at what we do. To have other individuals come around and do stuff like this, it just puts a bad mark on us. And I'm tired of it.
And he was not professional in his readings either.
No, he wasn't.
I will say that because I was getting readings from him, and he said something to me in a reading that I did not like, and that's when I started going to you.
Oh.
I was like, screw this.
Oh, interesting.
He said something about me not being worthy for something.
Ooh.
And I said, oh, heck no.
Oh,
I was smart enough to know.
Right.
You don't say that to me.
right.
Readings are supposed to uplift.
Yes.
Right.
And when I left, I felt like poo-poo.
Yeah.
So
no,
I was
that's-
like, oh, no.
I'm glad you're doing
I'm
that.
done with you.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys. They're telling me it's time. All right. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be in about 5 minutes. We're going to jump on over to our Girl Talk on Spirit Talk Time Wall here on Facebook. So type in that search engine, Spirit Talk Time, and we'll be up in about 5 minutes. And we got so much to like. It's such a different energy we're going to
gotta
get
cut
there.
loose
But
now.
otherwise,
Yeah, after
don't
this.
forget
All right.
March
All right.
2nd. Sit there and like email us, come in and be in part of our live
Anytime,
studio
yeah.
audience. March 2nd, we're gonna be here Saturday night live with everybody. Jeanette's got some yummy spirit art to give
Yep,
away.
that's right.
Shell's got some
Yep.
stuff, and I got some messages to give. So we're gonna have
We're
a
gonna
party here.
Lots
Join
of
us.
fun. You'll want to come.
And that's
time.
March 2nd. And
Yep.
so just email if you want a ticket. We start at 7 p.m. and we'll be on here too. So until next time, lots of love, angel hugs.
Have a
See
good
ya.
week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye.